Hi Sam. I'm glad to see you today. Are you ready for another exciting German word?
Hi Alex. Absolutely. What's the word for today?
Today, we're learning.
Frage.
It means question.
Interesting. What other meanings does it have?
Besides question, it can also mean inquiry or query. The most common meaning you'll encounter is definitely question. Just be careful, as it might seem like a false friend with the English word fragile.
Got it. So, how do we use
Frage.
in sentences?
Well,
Frage.
is a feminine noun, so we say.
Die Frage.
The plural form is.
Die Fragen.
When we use it in the present tense, we can say.
Ich frage. Du fragst.
And.
Sie es fragt.
In the past, you could say.
Ich fragte.
And in the perfect, you would say.
Ich habe gefragt.
Hast du die Frage gestellt?
Means, did you ask the question?
Exactly. And if you want to be direct, you can say.
Stell die Frage.
Which means ask the question.
That's really helpful. Where does the word
Frage.
come from?
Frage.
Comes from Old High German.
FAGA.
And has roots in Middle High German as well. The meaning has stayed quite similar throughout the years, which is fascinating.
That is interesting. I love learning about word origins.
Now let's break down the word.
Frage.
It consists of the root,
Frag.
which relates to asking, and the suffix, which indicates that it's a feminine noun.
So, the meaning becomes clearer as I understand the parts.
Yes, and since it's a simple noun, we don't need to worry about compound rules here. But if we think of,
Frage.
in terms of associations, you could imagine someone looking curious, with a hand raised in class.
That's a fun image. Are there similar words in German?
Absolutely. Let's group them. First, with the same prefix.
Frag.
We have,
Fragen.
meaning to ask, and,
Frager.
meaning questioner.
Nice. And what about words with similar endings?
Theirs,
Antwort.
which means answer, and,
Erklärung.
meaning explanation. Both are important in a question and answer context.
Cool. What about compound words?
Well, there are some like,
Fragenkatalog,
which means question catalog, and
Fragebogen,
meaning questionnaire.
I see how they connect. This is helpful.
Let's practice using
Frage,
in real-life situations. Imagine you're at a job interview.
Okay, what would I say?
You could start with,
Ich habe eine Frage zur Stelle.
which means I have a question about the position. Can you give it a try?
Sure.
Ich habe eine Frage zur Stelle.
Perfect. Now, imagine you're at the doctor's office.
What could I say there?
You might ask,
Habe ich noch Fragen zur Behandlung?
meaning, do I have any questions about the treatment?
Let's see.
Habe ich noch Fragen zur Behandlung?
Well done. Lastly, when you're traveling, you could say,
Ich möchte eine Frage zu Ihrem Service stellen.
which means I would like to ask a question about your service.
That's a useful one.
Ich möchte eine Frage zu Ihrem Service stellen.
Great job. Now, let's talk about remembering the gender. Since
Frage,
ends in, it's a feminine noun. You can think of a feminine character asking lots of questions.
That's a good visual cue.
For usage notes,
Frage,
can be both formal and informal depending on the context. Common phrases include,
die Frage ist. Eine wichtige Frage ist.
and,
Ich habe eine Frage.
just be careful not to confuse it with.
Fragil.
I'll keep that in mind.
Now let's wrap up with some example sentences. For instance,
Das ist eine gute Frage.
means that's a good question.
I like that.
You might also hear,
Ich habe viele Fragen.
which means I have many questions.
That's useful.
Another example is,
Hast du die Frage verstanden?
meaning, did you understand the question?
Got it.
Alright, let's do a quick recall check. What is the gender of?
Frage.
It's feminine.
Correct. And what's the plural form?
Die Fragen.
Great. Can you give me a sentence using?
Fragen.
In the past tense.
Ich fragte gestern.
Well done. How about a real-life sentence you practiced earlier?
Ich habe eine Frage zur Stelle.
Perfect. Last one, what does?
Stell die Frage.
Mean.
It means ask the question.
Awesome work today, Sam. Remember.
Frage.
Thanks, Alex. I really enjoyed today's lesson.